Listen, you're 35. Get a grip of your life, man. Holy.
Hey.
I'm not
Nigga say, hey. Yo, you're a bitch. You're a little.
You guys are dumb as man. You guys are literally dumb as Oh, yo, hey, record this. Security, come in here now.
Fousey, the YouTuber who once boasted over 10 million subscribers, billions of global views, and prestigious streaming awards, has now spiraled into a whirlwind of controversy. From tearful live streams broadcast straight from a hospital to being handcuffed and escorted to a mental health facility by police to shocking allegations of misconduct and a harsh ban. From Kick Fousey's fall from the heights of fame to the depths of disgrace has been staggering. What ultimately transformed this once celebrated YouTube millionaire hailed as a legend into one of the most chaotic live stream disasters of the century. Fousey launched his YouTube career at the peak of the platform's explosive growth. A time when a camera and a unique idea could turn anyone into a sensation. Yousef Erakat seized that opportunity with both hands. He consistently uploaded humorous videos, distinctive Middle Eastern culture parodies, and bold social experiments. His daring and innovative approach not only captured attention, but also resonated with audiences, delivering clear messages of confidence, self-respect, and self-love in every video. Once a struggling actor and an office worker stuck in mundane jobs, Erakat stepped into the spotlight as FouseyTube. In just a few short years, he transformed into a cultural phenomenon. His YouTube channel amassed millions of followers, with videos frequently climbing to the top of global trending lists.
Greetings, YouTube. You don't know me, I don't know me, he doesn't know me, she doesn't know me, but trust me, you will know me. Welcome to FouseyTube.
Fousey collaborated with major names like Roman Atwood, Ruthless TV, and even stars beyond YouTube such as Drake. As his fame grew, big brands lined up to partner with him, from fashion labels to energy drink companies. This meteoric rise transformed Fousey into an icon of the lifestyle millions aspired to. Luxurious trips, glamorous parties, and the fervent adoration of fans. But what truly set him apart wasn't just the humor in his pranks. It was his relatable, polished persona. He made audiences feel like they weren't just watching a YouTuber, but connecting with a friend, a brother, a source of inspiration to live more confidently. Yet, just when everything seemed to reach its peak, when the bond with his fans felt like his strongest foundation, the first cracks began to appear. Behind the dazzling spotlight, shadows of instability started to creep in, foreshadowing a dramatic fall no one could have anticipated. During his peak, when it seemed like fame enveloped everything, Fousey frequently opened up to his audience about his inner struggles, from battling bipolar disorder to the pressure of maintaining a flawless public image. He admitted that fame and wealth didn't bring the happiness he once expected. The turning point came in 2016 in a raw and emotional video where Fousey broke down. In tears on camera, confessing feelings of loneliness and emptiness despite having it all. For the first time, viewers saw a Fousey who wasn't an invincible hero, but a vulnerable human grappling with his own demons. Many loyal fans felt heartbreak and empathy, while others more discerning sensed this instability might foreshadow a larger tragedy. And indeed, those small cracks erupted in 2018 when Fousey took the biggest gamble of his life, organizing the live event, Hate Dies, Love Arrives, at the Greek Theater in Los Angeles. To him, this was more than a concert. It was a manifesto, a dream to create the Coachella of YouTube. He envisioned himself not just as a YouTuber, but as a spiritual leader, a cultural icon capable of changing the world. Fousey poured his heart, money, and faith into the event. He brought in major artists, invested in professional production, and promoted it relentlessly as if it were his life's destiny. But that dream quickly turned into a nightmare. On the day of the event, a false bomb threat sparked widespread panic. And in that chaotic context, Fousey's show was forced to cancel. It wasn't just a shock, it was a devastating blow to his already fragile confidence.
An American by the name of Yousef Erakat, who at the time had just finished a degree in theatre arts and was looking to become an actor, along with the other 50% of everyone in LA.
In a moment when composure was crucial, Fousey let his emotions take over. Acting impulsively, he led the crowd into the streets, climbed onto the roof of a truck, grabbed a microphone, and launched into a chaotic speech. There, he proclaimed himself a divinely chosen figure sent to save the world, lashed out at his critics, and even publicly attacked Keemstar, a longtime rival. His erratic, grandiose, and disjointed words not only stunned the audience, but also laid bare his complete loss of control.
About to give a speech for the people that was delivered to me from God. I have bipolar and depression. That what you put into my head made me want to kill myself.
That moment marked the complete collapse of FouseyTube's image from a humorous, inspiring figure to someone perceived as arrogant and unstable. The online community swiftly unleashed a wave of criticism, labeling the event a farce and tearing into him with scathing analyses across Reddit and X. For many fans, this was the final straw, prompting them to turn away from a figure who increasingly dwelt on negativity, leaving Fousey alone in the storm of public backlash. Yet the worst part was that instead of learning from the experience, Fousey sank deeper into self-delusion and despair. He offered no apologies, drew no lessons, and remained immersed in his own mistakes. Ultimately, the failure of Hate Dies, Love Arrives not only began to unravel his career, but also plunged his mental state into an inescapable abyss. After the disaster of Hate Dies, Love Arrives, FouseyTube's career plummeted into its darkest phase. He was forced to pause content creation, stepping away from the spotlight and leaving millions of fans confused and disappointed. Yet, Fousey wasn't one to surrender easily or fade into obscurity. In 2023, as if fate had handed him a chance at redemption, a golden opportunity emerged to rebuild his near-collapsed empire. That opportunity came in the form of Kick, a rising live streaming platform competing with Twitch. They offered him a multi-million-dollar contract with a single straightforward condition. Fousey had to remain calm, professional, and trouble-free for 1 week. For anyone, it was an offer too good to refuse, securing financial stability and a pathway to restore his reputation. To his fans, it seemed like Fousey had everything he needed to reclaim his place at the top. The public watched eagerly. Fans held their breath, all hoping the inspiring figure of old would rise again. But alongside this comeback, tragedy loomed once more. Just days into his live streams on Kick, Fousey let his emotions overpower his judgment yet again. In front of thousands of viewers watching live, he engaged in aggressive behavior toward a member of his team. The incident not only stunned his audience, but also ignited an immediate and intense wave of outrage across social media.
I think you're so perfect.
I am smart.
You think you're perfect. You're not. You're far from perfect. You got ass people.
I think I'm perfect.
The excitement surrounding Fousey's comeback hadn't even cooled before it erupted again, this time fueled by outrage on X. Hashtags like FouseyFail and KickBenFousey quickly shot to the top of trending lists. Drama commentators from Drama Alert to Penguin Zero spoke out in unison, pointing out that this wasn't a random misstep, but a repeat of a destructive pattern self-sabotage. His aggressive behavior didn't just shock viewers. It became the final proof that Fousey seemed either unable or unwilling to change. Before Fousey could address the media firestorm, the consequences hit hard and fast. His multi-million-dollar contract with Kick was terminated. His reputation, already fraying for years, now crumbled completely. Most painfully, instead of taking accountability, Fousey doubled down, blaming others. He labeled his critics enemies and accused the world of conspiring against him. In his mind, he wasn't the one at fault, but a victim, a misunderstood hero in his own story. This only solidified the public's belief that turning away from him was entirely justified. While many stars facing collapse might step back, reflect, and try to salvage their fans' goodwill, Fousey took the opposite path. Instead of quietly healing and rediscovering himself, he chose a risky route, turning his personal chaos into shocking stunts to cling to public attention. One of the most controversial moments erupted in mid-2024. In a widely shared video on X, Fousey appeared gaunt and disoriented, claiming he was being followed and threatened by unseen forces. The stream ended abruptly, leaving thousands of viewers in a panic. Hashtags like "Where is Fousey" and "Fousey Missing" exploded on social media, flooded with prayers and concern for his safety. But days later, the truth came to light. Fousey hadn't gone missing. He returned in another live stream, casually admitting it was all part of a story he wanted to tell. There was no apology, no remorse. That moment was the final straw. The public's reaction shifted from fear and concern to outrage. On X, angry comments flooded in. FouseyTube isn't a YouTuber anymore. He's a drama addict manipulating people's emotions for attention. Another user wrote, "I was worried about him, and now I feel like a fool." This wasn't just fleeting anger, it was a verdict on his moral collapse. Fousey had crossed the thin line between entertainment and deception, no longer bringing laughter or inspiration, but creating panic for clout. The tragedy didn't end there. The climax of his downward spiral came in August 2025 during a live stream on Kick. A moment later, seen as the end of FouseyTube's career. Appearing on camera, he rambled about conspiracies against him, claiming the world was out to destroy him and that he had no reason to go on. Then, shockingly, he declared he would end it all, implying self-harm. Thousands of viewers froze, unsure if they were witnessing a genuine tragedy or another twisted stunt. The online community's response was a whirlwind of emotions: pity, confusion, and fury. Many fans pleaded with him to seek help, sharing suicide prevention hotline numbers in hopes of pulling him back from the edge. One user wrote, "Please stop. You don't have to face this alone." But others, exasperated, saw it as a final ploy. A scathing post retweeted over 20,000 times read, "If this is a joke, it's disgusting. If it's real, he needs help immediately." The situation grew so severe that Kick CEO Eddie Craven had to intervene. Within hours, the platform issued a permanent ban on Fousey. In an official statement, Craven emphasized, "We cannot tolerate behavior that endangers oneself or others. Health and safety are our top priorities." This wasn't just a ban. It was the final nail in the coffin for any hope of Fousey returning to the spotlight. Once celebrated as a beacon of positivity, Fousey was now a lost figure. Mocked, pied, and abandoned by the very community that had once lifted him to greatness. Fousey's story is not just a personal tragedy, but a stark reflection of the dark side of the social media era. In a world reviews, likes, and attention are treated as measures of human worth, Fousey became a victim of the very system he once mastered. He blurred the lines between entertainment and manipulation, between authentic sharing and staged drama, spiraling into a cycle where every action, however harmful or unethical, was driven by a singular goal to hold on to the public's gaze. The first lesson from this story is clear. An unchecked craving for fame can destroy a person faster than any failure. When external validation becomes the sole fuel for one's identity, the moment the spotlight fades, that person risks falling into a void of despair. This explains why so many stars resort to self-destructive paths or compromise their integrity just to stay relevant in the eyes of their audience. The second lesson on a societal level concerns the responsibility of the online community. Every share, comment, and trending hashtag can unwittingly fuel harmful behavior. When audiences oscillate between outrage and curiosity, they inadvertently sustain the stage for the tragedy to continue. This raises a critical question. Are we as viewers complicit when we turn someone's pain into collective entertainment? Finally, this story serves as a reminder that mental health outweighs any fleeting fame. No one can heal through the noise of media attention, nor can they rediscover themselves by gambling with their well-being. What Fousey needed was professional intervention and support from genuine relationships, not a live stream stage with thousands of eyes watching. Fousey was once a symbol of positivity, but his downfall is a bitter testament to this truth. If someone lives only to please the crowd, that same crowd will be the first to turn away.